Welcome back. One final point before we go tonight. If you celebrate when an American senator dies from brain cancer, just because you disagree with his politics, you're acting like a very bad person. The family of Senator John S. McCain of Arizona announced the tragic news this weekend that their beloved husband and father, a man who served the United States for more than 60 years, had died. Senator McCain announced last July that he'd been diagnosed with an aggressive brain tumor behind his eye, the kind of tumor that killed Ted Kennedy, the kind of tumor that killed Beau Biden. Now, John McCain was a maverick. He wasn't afraid of critics or the criticism they levied. But can you imagine losing your father or your husband and then tuning into Twitter to see psycho fans celebrating your pain and suffering and laughing at the grief and sorrow your family's feeling? Stop. Just stop for one moment. I challenge you, especially those of you who are focused on McCain's politics. I didn't agree with everything Senator McCain did politically either, especially in the past couple years, but that doesn't matter. John McCain is the reason we are free. If anybody in this country had a right to say what he wanted to say and vote the way he wanted to vote and make his opinion part of the governance of our nation, John McCain earned that right in a way most of us can't even imagine. John McCain suffered pain most of us will never suffer. John McCain served in the United States Navy as a pilot during the Vietnam War. He was shot down, captured, and held in the infamous prison camp dubbed the Hanoi Hilton. Infamous because the camp defied the Geneva Conventions, and American prisoners of war were starved, beaten, and tortured in unspeakable ways, and isolated from the world. John McCain suffered for 5.5 years in a hellish cell barely big enough to lie down. The enemy offered him early release because his father and his grandfather were both admirals, but John McCain declined. It gives me chills saying that. Can you imagine being tortured for years on end, being offered your freedom, and having the courage to reject that freedom so your brothers in arms can go free first? John McCain declined to be freed from solitary confinement and unspeakable torture, so others captured before him were released first. That kind of heroism is lost on our generation. John McCain gave his body so we could be free, you and I. During his presidential run, aides had to comb his hair for TV appearances because he couldn't raise his arms above his head as a result of the torture he suffered. What he gave for our nation never stops. If that doesn't mean anything to you, I don't know what to say. It simply doesn't matter if you agree with him politically or not. John McCain fought for our nation. He gave 5 years to protect our right to disagree with him. We owe him the utmost respect. Tonight, I ask you to put political disagreements aside and join me in praying for Senator John McCain and his soul and his family. Senator McCain served our nation with honor and the courage only a hero has to give. He suffered pain unimaginable to most of us. So tonight, I pray that you, sir, are resting in peace in the arms of our Creator. Thank you, sir, for your service to the United States of America. God bless you. And that's my final point. You can reach me on Twitter at Liz_Wheeler. If you like the show, please send me an email at oann.com/contact. In the meantime, catch us here tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern. And until then, have a good night.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One American News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One American News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.